Hey, welcome back for the another episode of the HB Daily, and I'm your host, Bobur Khasanboev, aka the HB in the house. Some people asking me a question on social media. So if I got business and my personal branding, so which one I should promote, right? That question is obvious, and I get it, but I don't want to jump into the answer because it's not a professional. So let me give you a content. Okay, let me give you some insight. So a story, right? So let's go back in the past. Let's go back in old days, old times. So back in the days when the people didn't have money, what they did, how they transact. Okay, if they needed a product, let's say back in the days, so I needed a 1 kilo carrot. So how I did that transaction, I just exchanged the product. When people didn't have money, paper money or coins, they exchanged, right? We all know the process, how it really went. So if I needed a 2 watermelon or if I needed a 1 kilo carrot, what I did was I went to the bazaar or this shopping thing or whatever mall is that. So I would have gone there, and in that place I would have given my what I have, let's say I need a carrot, 1 kilo carrot. So I have 2 watermelons. I would have gone to bazaar or something like mall, and I would go there and I would sit there and wait people. So it's a time consuming process and it's not so accurate one, right? Back in the days, people did that method when they needed a transaction, when they needed something to exchange from. So that was not a proper method back in the times, and after times and times, so people realized that they needed something to change the process to transact. And what really did that was like they created a coin. The government created a coin, which was really helpful, by the way, because those times people exchanged the thing. It was not a proper one because people used to carry something to exchange. It was not proper, right? So they created a coin system. They used to carry coins in their pocket, in their hand, whatever. They carried, but they carried, and they used it. They was very thrilled by the process of transacting with the coin, and after several times, after several ages, people didn't like the method, and they changed the method to a paper money system, right? They changed the system from coin to paper money system. And when they did, people get really thrilled again with the new system again because it was very convenient. People used to carry just these coins, metal coins in their pocket, which was too heavy. But the thing changed, the times have changed, and new times are coming, and people have to innovate. The government announced that they're gonna have a paper-based market. So they're gonna exchange the product based on the money they have, right? So they did it. They used to carry, and when people, the government give that permission for the people, but the public, the publicity, this public, very worried about the paper money because it was great innovation by that time because they were very appropriate to carry, to transact, to get what they want in the market, right? But the questionable, the reason was, isn't that too scary because people can tear up the money, people it can be very destroyed because it's a paper. So they had that kind of mindset mentality. But what they had was, uh, isn't it? Is it will it be worse as a worse today after 15 or 20 years? Because if it doesn't, we're gonna lose a lot of money, and the people we won't be able to do the transaction, and they had their worries. But what the government did was, okay, so if you're really worried about the money, so I'm gonna back it up with gold. That's what government told its own people. Yeah, that's what the government told for them. The government told, okay, if you're really worried about the paper money, I'm gonna back it up with a gold. So if you're not sure about that, you can come with your money, and I'm gonna give you the gold. That was the easiest, I think, clarification. If the people are worried about the money, they're gonna come to the government officials, and they're gonna exchange the paper money to gold. Because gold back in the days until today is one of the most valuable, what can I say, asset, or the thing that people can acquire. People do understand that gold never loses its own value, its own worth, right? Gold is one of the most number top three thing that valued in the world. If people needed something, they valued as the gold. Gold was the primary object that could be equal to something else, and the government told its own people, like, so if you need them, if you're worried about it, so you kind of come here, and I'm gonna exchange your money with the gold. You can get the gold because people believed in the gold. Paper money is printed because gold backed up. And my perception, and again, this thing is really changing right now, because we have a paper money right now. Today is in 2020, and we still have a new system. We're introduced for the new era. What I think everybody heard of this Bitcoin thing, right? Bitcoin, electronic wallet. So you can carry, you should not carry in 2020. So you can have electric money. So we got a Visa cards, PayPal, whatever the thing, and we got this Bitcoin thing. People don't carry thing in their wallet. So back in the days, they didn't have even coin. They exchanged. They used to carry the product that they had, and then they used to carry the coin in their pocket. And then the third process, people carry, and we still carry the money in our pocket. And the fourth, it's electronic money. People don't carry anything. People don't carry anything. Okay? So that's the story, the moral of the story that I'm going to tell you right now. So if you got a business going on, if you got a personal branding that's going on, so which one are you worried about to focus the most? You should be doing both. Or if you don't have time, if you're single in your business, you're the startup, or you're doing your personal branding on yourself, you're just vlogging, or you're just creating a content, you're just copywriter, whatever the thing you might do, you gotta back it up. Let's say if you got a business and personal branding, you gotta back up with personal branding, right? That's the thing that I very advise for the people. So if you got two things, so 60% of the time you gotta pay attention for the personal branding. Because if you're gonna go somewhere else, because I've seen this a lot, okay? I'm not the first one thing that I'm gonna tell you right now, because I've been in a lot of meetings with a lot of CEOs and my clients, right? I've been in the meetings, and I'm sitting with them, and I'm telling the deal, okay, this is the deal, and this is my company that's going on. So we're going from that revenue to this. So we help our clients with that thing, right? So our purpose is this. So we're gonna make you satisfied within the process of creating you something valuable. Okay? So once I go for that meetings, people are not sure about my business because they don't know me. That's the thing that the people are very worried about. So if you got asking the question, so business or personal brand, okay, which brand I should really focus on? The answer is both, but if you have a if you don't have that much time to spend on creating a content, so you gotta go with the personal branding, because people don't buy from you unless they know you. Okay, that's the thing that you're very, very worried about. So people don't buy from you unless they know you. So you gotta be known in some part of the way. Maybe you might be creating the podcast, you might be creating the content on the social media, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or whatever the thing it might be. And you might be creating a podcast, and you might be sitting with the people and interviewing them, and you might be creating a blog, and you might be copywriting on the different platforms. I don't know what you're doing, but the point is, if you're worried about and if you have less time, so you got to go with the personal branding, because personal branding backs up your business. Let's say if people have no idea about my business, but if they know me, they're gonna buy my business. They're gonna go with me along with my business, okay? And that's the thing that I'm telling you right now. Because I've done a lot of research about this, right? I've done a lot of research. Let's say from Tashkent in Uzbekistan, okay? I'm giving a local example. I'm not going to the world. I'm not talking about Bill Gates. I'm not talking about Jeff Bezos, Gary Vaynerchuk, Grant Cardone. No, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about a local people, our local heroes, our local entrepreneurs that are doing great in creating their personal branding. Let's say in the previous video, I told the Murad Buildings, right? So it's one of the most top number one real estate company in Uzbekistan, Tashkent. If you don't believe me, search on Google. You'll be sure about this, right? So what he did was, he was like, okay, I'm going to promote myself as long as I promote my business, because his value has increased since this 5 years. You know, in 5 years, he has built a huge company. While there's others company, real estate companies, okay, they have been working in this sphere for 10 years, 10 straight years, but they have nothing. And that's the thing that I'm just very worried about. If you don't have brand, you're worth nothing. Okay? No brand, nothing. So you got to build your personal brand as long as you build this business brand. So once you got the personal brand, and once you go to the meeting with the people, with the CEOs, so you gotta make sure that your name is known, they know you, and then you can transact that personal branding to the business. So personal brand backs up the business, right? That's my perception about this personal and the business world. Personal branding and the business branding, right? That's my perception, how it really works. So if somebody don't know my business, I'm gonna make sure that they're gonna know, because they know me. I'm gonna make sure, right? If I'm gonna see people, first of all, people don't buy your business because of your business. People buy business because of you, because you represent well, because you give the right reasons, right? Why they're just gonna work with you, why they're gonna transact the money for your account, not for another account. Okay, that's the question. That's the thing that I'm gonna be obvious with you right now. So you gotta do the more personal branding. You gotta create more content on the personal branding, right? On yourself, what you're doing, what's the value that you're gonna give for your audience, and that thing really pays out when you're trying to make a transaction with this personal, with this business branding. Okay, so I hope y'all see the next one. Bye.
It was dark clouds on us, but that was perfect for us. We know you always crash and burn, but it was working for us.